There we go. We're
Okay,
live.
we are live.
All right.
All right. Welcome back to another episode.
Yep. Movie Madness.
yes.
We're episode like what 20 something.
Yeah.
We've lost count at this
Yeah.
point.
And a little bit of context about this week's episode. My uncle, who recently just passed away, was a huge John Wayne fan. In fact, when he was a kid, he entered a contest to win a chance to go out to visit one of the sets that John Wayne was filming on and meet him. And
Ooh.
he actually won.
Oh wow! Did you get to see John Wayne?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
What do you think of the guy?
I don't know if I ever got the chance to ask him, unfortunately.
Oh man.
Yeah. But so yeah, this episode is for him.
Mm-hmm.
And
Because sometimes we can talk about all the movies that we like and we want, but ultimately, it's fun to talk about movies and other stuff that other people enjoy.
Yeah.
And especially those that mean the most to us, such as our family.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, your uncle. Which is why I'm cracking a cold one in honor of him. Oh, shoot. There it is. So
okay.
That was me. That was me. I'm gonna put it over here instead. I screwed things up doing that. So this one is the life and legacy of John Wayne.
Yeah.
What would happen if we put something in front of it so it wouldn't slide?
We can try.
Okay, real gentle like, so that it's not in the way.
Does that work?
It ain't moving. As
Yeah.
far as I can tell, all I did was move a can over.
Yeah.
So anyways, the life and legacy of John Wayne. In honor of your uncle.
Mm-hmm.
When I say the word Western movies, what actor comes to mind when I say Westerns?
Well, okay, I would say there are two actors specifically.
Oh.
John Wayne and Clint Eastwood.
Okay, I can see that one. I'll give you
Yeah.
that one. Yeah. Because very much with those two men, they made Westerns. They absolutely made Westerns. And that's what made it so fun, is that when it came to John Wayne movies, John Wayne wasn't playing a character. John Wayne was playing John Wayne.
Yeah. This man was a legend.
Oh, yeah.
In like every sense of the word.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
This guy made a career off of playing Western movies. Heck, one of the few, well, I wouldn't say one of the few, but the only movie that I have seen him in where John Wayne was acting was the original True Grit.
Okay.
This was after I saw the new one with Jeff Bridges.
Yeah.
Now, Jeff Bridges played a really good Rooster Cogburn, but John Wayne did it better.
Yeah.
And I will say this, like, Jeff Bridges, he had some big shoes to fill, but he filled them pretty decently.
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
And it was much more accurate to the book, whereas the original with John Wayne was very early Hollywood-esque, like the damsel in distress didn't get hurt.
Yeah. I actually went to see the original True Grit in theaters once.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. My uncle was supposed to go with me.
Oh.
Yeah. But he threw out his back.
Oh,
and
no.
couldn't make it. So yeah, that was unfortunate.
Man, that stinks.
But yeah, would you say that True Grit is like his like definitive role?
Oh, easily.
Okay.
Easily. Because that's not true. I've actually saw another John Wayne movie. It was when he was an old rancher. And he had to get his cattle, like, to sell in this city. And he looks for a bunch of, helping hands. Well, all the ones that are helping hands, they're gone away, but he also doesn't have enough money for it. So he takes all these schoolboys.
Oh, I have that.
What's the title of it?
The Cowboys.
Yes, that's it. The Cowboys.
That was the set that my uncle visited.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is so cool. That honestly, while I do agree that, True Grit was the quintessential John Wayne movie, it was really good. I would have to say my favorite is The Cowboys because it's I'm a sucker for coming of age movies. Very much a sucker because I enjoy stories where you've got a young protagonist, a young boy, he has to come into his own. Because it's sort of like a rite of passage sort of thing. It's what everyone, you, me, the people on the internet, we all go through. Each one has a coming of age, a rite of passage where we move from children to teenagers and our innocence is lost along the way. But I enjoy movies like that because it shows that, as much as the guy that wants to be a hard ass, he's got a heart under there.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to do something that may be a little bit sacrilegious.
Tread carefully.
I do need to criticize one thing about True Grit.
Tread very carefully, sir.
But it's like near the, I would say near the end of the movie when, what was her name? I don't remember.
The girl?
Yeah, the girl. She falls into this like pit.
Uh-huh.
And then like there's a snake down there, and then she grabs a stick and starts poking it. And it's like, and then it bites her, and like, what did you think was going to happen?
Here's the thing, though. What I read the book after I saw the movie, and the new one with Jeff Bridges was much closer, so much closer to the book. It was good.
Yeah.
However, they never included that in the book.
Okay.
She falls down the hole, and she's like, "How the heck did I get down here?" Ow! What the? Oh crap! Like she didn't poke it with a stick.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. It drives me nuts. But it's like, oh, I don't know what this is. I'm gonna poke it. It's like, don't poke that. Do you not see the eyes? Do you not hear the rattle? You stay on the other side of that hole. Stay on the other side, because that sucker looks mean.
Yeah. So that's really my one and only criticism.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
Heck, you want to know what my dad did when he was younger? He was about roughly my age. We're gonna dive into a little story about my dad. When he was about my age, he was out in the Southwest states. He was in Arizona. He loved hunting. He loved hunting quail and pheasant. They were out there and they were rampant because they bred like rabbits, for lack of better words. Well, he's out hunting. He's got his rifle. He steps. And he's looking around. And he's like, oh, there ain't nothing around here. What the heck's going on? Guess where his boot was? Take a wild guess what was under his boot.
A snake?
Yeah, a rattlesnake.
Wow.
His boot was on the head of a rattlesnake. He looks down, he sees that sucker's rattle, and he bolts. He bolts. Now keep in mind, this is also the same guy that would find a cave and sleep in it.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I was like, I couldn't do that just because I'm like, there are snakes out in that. I don't think it'd be a good idea. I mean, if there's no snakes in the cave, I'll sleep in there. But there's a potential likelihood of snakes being in that cave? No. I'm sorry, but no. Even tarantulas, I ain't going anywhere near them.
There was one time where I actually like tripped over a snake and it scared me half to death.
Oh,
Like,
I almost died died from one actually.
Ugh.
We were down in Florida. I was like preteen, and I'm going down to this little pond, and all of a sudden I see something black start slithering along. I freeze in place because that's a friggin' python. There was a python not 2 feet away from my foot, actually 5 inches. I froze in place because he was already going past me. I was like, "Don't move, don't move, don't move," and he went. And so I'm scrambling, I'm climbing up rocks to get away. My parents are laughing like, "Why are you so scared?" There was a goddamn python.
But we're getting off topic.
Yes, we are. We got to focus on John Wayne here. Because we got off the topic of snakes.
Yeah.
But John Wayne was a legendary actor. Like, legendary. So legendary that people, like, they've made fun of him simply because of the way he is. Like, they make fun of, his diet. Like, Family Guy did a shtick with John, I guess you could call this part the legacy of John Wayne, that he was so big that people would make fun of him. Like, apparently Family Guy said this is the last Western that John Wayne was ever in. And they unfortunately had to shoot around his schedule of him being on the bathroom because he would eat nothing but steak and drink coffee.
Oh.
And so he was shitting constantly. And so the joke was that he was Big Bill Doyle and he couldn't leave the outhouse. So they literally put this outhouse with him on it on top of a horse. And he says, "Reach for the sky, pilgrims." Bad guys drop their hands. Horse buckles. Big Bill Doyle. That's right. And I just made a Big Bill coil. It was so stupid, but it was so funny.
God.
But yeah, when it comes to the old Western genre, John Wayne was it. John Wayne was it, along with Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
I mean, for God's sakes, Good, Bad, and the Ugly was great. It was a great movie.
Yeah. Clint Eastwood's like 90 now?
Yeah, and he's still going.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But John Wayne, he will definitely live on because what was he acting? I'm going to take a look, see what we got here. Why don't you talk more about your uncle a little bit?
Okay. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Nicknamed the Duke, Duke Wayne, American actor, became a popular icon, starring roles in films, produced Hollywood's golden age.
Okay.
In Western and war movies. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, but this
cost me like a pretty penny.
how much?
115.
That is not bad.
Yeah.
Whew.
So for Christmas one year, I got my uncle this John Wayne. What would you call this thing? Like a
Statue?
Yeah, something like that. And he loved it. He said, he basically said that this was like one of the best Christmas gifts he had ever gotten.
Ooh. Man, that is saying something.
Yeah. Yeah. So
That is definitely something else. Look at that.
yeah, so when he died, he said that he wanted me to have it. So
You put that in his will? Wow.
yeah.
Well, let's see. John Wayne was born in Winterset, Iowa in 1907.
Oh.
He died in 1979.
Oh wow.
The cause of his death was stomach cancer.
Oh.
Yeah. Although he enrolled in a cancer vaccine study, he passed away from it. Of course, there's a song That's pretty much the internet's anthem. I don't know if you know it. It's called Asshole.
Is that that Dennis Leary one?
Yeah, it's the Dennis
Okay.
Leary Asshole song. And it's saying how the Duke, John Wayne, he's not dead, he's just frozen. And let me tell you, he's going to be pissed off when we thaw him out. It's like, yeah, that's if we find the cure for cancer, though. Let's see, his career. Getting back to John Wayne, his career flourished from the silent era of the 1920s through the American New Wave. He appeared in a total of 179 film and TV productions, among the top box office draws for 3 decades. This guy was a friggin' legend. In 1999, the American Film Institute selected John Wayne as one of the greatest male stars of classic American cinema. That is nuts.
Yeah.
His first leading role when it came to Hollywood was in Raoul Walsh's Western, The Big Trail, in 1930, an early widescreen film epic that was a box office failure. Hey, you know, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Played leading roles in numerous B movies during the 1930s, most of them were Westerns, without becoming a major name. However, in 1939, John Ford released Stagecoach and made John Wayne a mainstream star. And that's what got him his career. I mean, sure, Raoul Walsh's The Big Trail, it got him his start, but he didn't flourish for at least another 9 years. That's nuts. Wait. He made his last public appearance at the Academy Awards ceremony on April 9th, 1979. In the following year,
And died of stomach cancer 2 months later.
yeah. And then 1 year later, in 1980, he was posthumously awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest civilian honor of the United States. Dang. Look at this. That's a young John Wayne.
Wow.
Yo, look up the Wikipedia section and click on the career section. The first picture you see is a very, very young John Wayne. This is from his first major role, The Big Trail. His first role as a leading man. Wait a minute. And what am I looking at here? Credited his walk-talking persona to his acquaintance with Wyatt Earp.
Oh.
The Wyatt Earp. Okay, anybody that doesn't know me, here's the thing. I'm a big history buff. Like, immensely. If there's one thing I like, it's mythology. If there's another thing that I love, it's history. And there's one date that always sticks out in my mind because I go absolutely nuts for it. October 26th, 1881. There was a legendary shootout in the small silver mining town of Tombstone, Arizona. And Tombstone is still there. Tombstone is still there, by the way. But this was the shootout that was the shootout at the OK Corral. This was a shootout between Morgan Earp, Virgil Earp, Wyatt Earp, Doc Holliday, and Warren Earp. There was five guys that went out to shoot these bad guys that were called the Cowboys.
Okay.
Cowboys were guys that rustled cattle across the U.S.-Mexico border and were stealing cattle from the Mexican ranchers. So, the Cowboys were essentially threatening the Earps, who were just looking to make business and earn some money. Well, they flashed their guns at the Earps, and pretty much that was like, all right, they want to kill us. Bang, 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 bang. And they shot these cowboys. 3 of them died. And you want to know what the funny thing was? The Earps were sent to court because, oh, they shot and killed us. They killed us in cold blood. The judge literally said, no, they didn't. They defended themselves. They were carrying out their duties. Were they a little heavy-handed? Yes. But did they do what they thought was right, considering everything that happened? Yes. So, no. And, of course, the judge ended up getting, like, some death threats sent his way because he dared to say the wrong thing in a town that was run by outlaws. But anyways, Wyatt Earp, famous cowboy. And so the fact that John Wayne was like, listen, I want to listen to and talk to Wyatt Earp. Wait a minute. Didn't Wyatt Earp pass away? I think Wyatt Earp passed away in like early 30s. Early 30s. Let me see. Let me just look up Wyatt Earp real quick. No, he didn't. He passed away in 1929.
Oh, wow.
He passed away in 1929. To his acquaintance with Wyatt Earp. He must have known Wyatt Earp in Wyatt Earp's last years.
Yeah.
That's the only way. Who was good friends with Tom Mix. So his acquaintance, he wasn't exactly friends with Wyatt Earp, but being friends with Tom Mix, who was also friends with Wyatt Earp, does help. So yeah.
I remember watching, I think at least 2 John Wayne movies.
Mm-hmm.
There was the original True Grits, and then
Yeah.
I think I watched The Searchers at one point.
What's that one?
I don't remember.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
But
Ooh, quite the motorcycle.
yeah.
Okay, but yeah, I gotta say, like, you know, John Wayne, he's very much like he's a living. Well, he's not a living legend. He's dead, for God's sakes. Let me get my terminology right here. John Wayne is a legend in Hollywood, simply because he was like one of those tough frontiersmen or an everyman sort of thing. He played like a stoic guy, and it's like, wow, look at that. That's pretty cool. And Clint Eastwood did the same thing. Well, what's funny though?
What?
Clint Eastwood and John Wayne didn't get along.
Oh, really?
No, they didn't. Not at all.
Huh.
Which is weird because the 2 names that are the biggest ones that brought westerns to the United States, well, not the United States, but made it the big thing, didn't like each other. It's wild to me.
Wow.
I think it was something to do with John Wayne just didn't like Clint Eastwood, thought he was like a punk or something. I'm not sure.
You're feeling lucky, punk.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a line from Dirty Harry. Oh, puppy. Puppy's tired. She's all tuckered out. All right. Legacy of John Wayne. At this point, you can't talk about John Wayne without talking about Westerns.
Right.
You really can't, because the instant you say Westerns, you're like, John Wayne. Like 100%. And it shows how big of an impact this guy had.
Oh,
This one guy had to have like the golden age of American cinema. And even in 1999, to be named one of the greatest male stars in all of Hollywood. In all of Hollywood. I'm like, holy smokes, that's nuts.
Yeah.
Now we got guys that are squabbling over like sexiest man alive in People magazine.
Yeah.
Like, sexiest man alive. And here's the list for greatest male stars. Like the clear jump in Lola is massive. And while we do have a number of box office draws, one of whom being Chris Pratt. I mean, this is what, 3 years running or something? He's
Yeah.
somewhat of a box office draw?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to, like, multiply that by 10 times. Because he's got the potential, in my opinion. I think Chris Pratt can be, like, a solid box office draw for 3+ decades if he can do it.
Although The Magnificent Seven was not great.
It was not his best work. But to be fair, if you would have told me Chris Pratt was a cowboy, I'd have said you're nuts. But he did a decent job, I thought. I thought he did okay. But yeah, honestly, I think that, John Wayne created a legacy that was, it's vast. I'm not even going to talk about his politics. I'm just going to talk about, what he was like, and the legacy he left in terms of his acting. And because I mean, I still can't get over when he was Rooster Cogburn and he says, "Fill your hand, you son of a bitch." And I was like, he said the line from the book. He said the line from the book. It was so fun. It was so fun. Any John Wayne movie is the sort of movie where you sit back, you relax, you turn your brain off, and you just enjoy the ride. That's just about any John Wayne movie. John Wayne made his career and his legacy off of just, this is a movie, it's not complex, it's simple, click your brain off and just enjoy the ride. That's it.
Yeah.
That's really all I expect when I go to the movies. It's just,
Yeah.
Don't make me think too much. I realize that's not a good thing, but it's like, I'm here to be entertained, so click, entertain me. And there are a number of movies that can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, Dungeons and Dragons definitely did that. The Mario movie definitely did that. John Wick,
I only ever saw the first movie. So
I saw the first movie. I enjoyed it. I saw the second movie. I enjoyed that one. Not as much as the first one. But the third one, I just started laughing because it got so goddamn silly. I was like, come on now. But John Wayne, the fact that he got his start in like the silent film era is wild to me. And he was an actor from like the 1920s all the way till 1979. That's almost 60 years. 60 years. Half of which he was the top box office draw. That's amazing. That's incredible to me. That's a work ethic. That is a work ethic.
Now, if he were like alive today, do you think he would still be acting?
Oh, if he were alive today, man, he'd be like 100 years old.
Yeah.
He would not be acting. He would not be acting. If he was acting, it would be bit parts at like a steep range just to hire him for like one shot. Is that your humidifier that hurt? Okay. I was like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah. Now, something we should also probably mention is that John Wayne was in Star Wars.
Yes, the most important one is that John Wayne cameoed in Star Wars. I mean, I told you this. You didn't know, did you?
No.
So, this was in episode 4. The one that started the whole Star Wars franchise. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 5, not 6. 4. Episode 4. A New Hope. There's that one scene where Luke and Obi-Wan have just sold Luke's land speeder. And of course, Luke is throwing on this poncho. And there's this guy in this black robe and this mask on. He goes, he's communicating to the Imperials. The guy in that mask that we only see for just a little bit, that's the legendary John Wayne. That was John Wayne. All he did was show up on set and said, "Hey, can I be in the pic?" And you just literally had the legendary John Wayne ask you to be in your picture. You're not going to say no.
Right.
You're not going to say no. You're going to say, listen, you're going to be an alien. He's not going to care. But the thing is, he never got credited for the cameo.
Really?
He just did it. He just did it. Nobody even put him on the list of creditors. He just said,
Yeah.
I just wanted to do this for fun.
Yeah.
He just did it because he was bored, I think. Which honestly, and that's the only thing that I can think of. It's like, you've done war movies and you've done cowboy movies. Now you want to do space western. I mean, I can see it. I can kind of see it.
Yeah. Nowadays, it's like if an actor doesn't get if an actor or some kind of crew member doesn't get credited, people go nuts.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Nowadays, you got people that are like, well, this actor wasn't credited. What the heck? That's like, sometimes you want to do crap for fun.
Yeah.
Because you enjoy your crap, but you also want to have some fun with it. I mean, for God's sakes, you didn't know Bradley Cooper was friggin' Michelle Rodriguez's barbarian's friggin' husband. You literally were like, who the heck is that? It's like, that's Bradley Cooper. You tell me you don't know who Bradley Cooper is? Like, no, I know. I just couldn't remember. I'm like, oh boy.
It's like he looked familiar. I just couldn't place him.
It was Bradley Cooper with a mustache. And they CGI'd him to be a short, tiny guy. And it was friggin' hilarious. I was yucking it up. There we go. But, yeah, John Wayne was in Star Wars, and he was the Imperial informant that let the stormtroopers know of, like, hey, they went into that loading dock over there when Han is cleaning up the ship and they're about to take off in the Millennium Falcon. Like, the fact that you got John Wayne that asked to play in your movie just because he was bored. I mean, I don't think it's because he was bored. I think he was just like, hey, this might be a big thing. I want to be in it.
Yeah.
But he didn't. But the thing was, he didn't want anybody to know. He didn't. The only way people knew was when it was outed in a friggin' interview years later. Years later. Like after John Wayne was dead. And this was 1977 when it was released, so 2 years before he passed away, when he was still okay. But I think, I don't know if he was going through cancer treatments at the time or not. I don't think he was. I don't think he was. But, I mean, I'm sorry, I can't get over it. Like, John Wayne was in Star Wars. Speaking of Star Wars, I guess they're trying to bring back Rey.
Yes. Yeah, they're working on a new trilogy.
Another trilogy? Is this a redo of 7, 8, and 9?
I don't know. Yeah, there's going to be a new trilogy and a Mandalorian movie.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think they just need to let Star Wars rest a little bit. Like, I hate to say it, but give Star Wars a rest here for a second.
Yeah.
Because I don't hear everybody clamoring for, like, more Star Wars content.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm kind of burnt out on Star Wars.
Yeah, me too. That's why I only stick with the 6 movies, 1 to 6, because I'm like, did I enjoy 7? Yes. Do I realize it was nothing more than a copy and paste of episode 4? Yes. There was no sense of originality in that one. It really wasn't. And they set up, this is the one gripe I will have permanently about the new trilogy. They set up Finn perfectly to be the new Jedi. And all of a sudden they pull the rug out from under us and John Boyega and say, no, it's Daisy Ridley. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? And I'm not mad because it's a girl Jedi. I'm mad because there was no freaking character development for her. Whereas all the character development was in Finn.
Honestly, the only Star Wars thing I'm looking forward to right now is that young Star Wars Jedi Adventures, which looks adorable.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think I need to pick up Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Yes.
You have it?
Not yet.
Okay.
It doesn't come out until the 28th.
I thought it came out already. Okay.
Yeah.
So I need to pick that up when it comes out, but I also need to get it at a discount because, brother, I like gaming, but I like gaming on a deal.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, when a new game comes out and it's $70, guess what? That's grocery money you're talking here. That's money that I need to survive. That's money that I'm like, I'm gonna wait a little bit. But it looks so much fun. They're gonna bring back the clone droids. And it's just like, oh, I am so happy here. I get to stare out at this cliff and the scenery for nothing. Boy, what if they call me? What if they ask me? Oh, this is quite a dilemma. Dilemma solved.
See, my biggest issue with the first Jedi Fallen Order was that they took away one of the best aspects of any Star Wars game, and that was using the Force.
I mean, you could use the Force, but it was only for a limited amount.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying. I mean, the last game I played was Star Wars Force Unleashed, and
that was awesome.
That was so much fun. Like, you could use the Force willy-nilly.
Yeah.
Whereas with this one, your connection to the Force is severed. So, boom, you can only use it like a little bit of it, just an amount of it. But I guess they were trying to go for like a Dark Souls vibe, which they did succeed in that. It was like Dark Souls light, so I still enjoyed, playing Star Wars because, shoot, I grew up on Star Wars. But if you'd have told me John Wayne cameoed in episode 4, I'd have told you, bull crap. Then you'd produce the interview and be like, well, now I got to eat my own pants.
Yeah. And when I was in Orlando,
oh, yeah? Your phone's nothing but memes and pictures.
I know.
I like it.
Ridiculous.
Dude, I'm the same friggin' way. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. For the past couple days, ever since I saw the Mario movie, which, by the way, go see that. That's a fun movie.
I took that at the hotel I was staying at.
Oh my God, that's the Rooster Cogburn. That's John Wayne's Rooster Cogburn. That is awesome. He's got a picture of Rooster Cogburn on his phone. And I'm like, yes, let me see more of this. But yeah, if there's one thing that I would have to say, it's that John Wayne was absolutely, like, towards the end, he was such a big star that people are like, they can't measure up to him.
Right.
Like, he is the quintessential leading man. Like, I will say this, he's forever the leading man in Hollywood. You want any guy to measure up to that? Good luck. Good luck. Oh, but honestly, yeah, he still lives on, and of course, there are still people that come to his grave and pay respects to him.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Which I say, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Now, your uncle did meet John Wayne, right?
Yes.
When he was a little kid.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned that earlier in the podcast. And I even asked you, it's like, what do you think of that? Oh wait, can't exactly ask that.
Yeah.
But I imagine he was like, I'm meeting John Wayne. Did he shake his hand?
I think so.
He was probably like, I am never washing this hand again. And your grandmother probably told him, you got chili dog sauce all over your hand. Go wash that now. Because, this is back in, like, what, the 50s or something like that? Yeah. Well, hygiene wasn't a big thing. Washing your hands definitely was.
That sounds like something she would say. So.
And now we've got videos on the internet asking us, did you wash your ass today? And I'll look at that, it's like, damn it, no, I didn't wash my ass today. But I should. It's one of those things, now we start to get guilty over videos when it's like, just a joke like, did you wash your ass today? No. Go wash your ass today. Oh my God. But yeah. Life of a big legend. He was something else. Oh, we've had one guy this entire time listening to us. Holy smokes. That is awesome. One guy watching, and we got a comment section right over there. I hate to be the bearer and point out, like, hey, leave us something. Tell us what you think. We very much appreciate fan feedback. Give us feedback. Give us feedback. Right now. Or I'll bust open another can of beer. Well, I don't have another can of beer. But I got a Celsius. I'm already hyped up and I got my ADHD. I've been off my meds for a little bit, so. But we should get back to the focus.
Yes.
John Wayne, and I don't know what else to talk about other than the guy was a friggin' legend.
Yeah.
Like 100% the whole time. He was left an impression on Hollywood that forever they will never shake. In my opinion, Hollywood will never get rid of the image of John Wayne at all. As long as his star and his handprints are on the Walk of Fame, you're not getting rid of John Wayne. Like, they honestly owe a lot of their success now to John Wayne because of all the work he put in.
And he actually has a star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame, doesn't he?
He does, because he's that big and that important. I mean, they'll give it to anyone. I mean, they gave it to Deadpool, for crying out loud. And that guy, he's okay. He's okay. He does a decent job at what he does, but, could he use a bit more quipping? Yes. I think, but honestly, I will say this. Tom Holland's Spider-Man should take a page out of Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool. Little more quip in there, Holland, and you'd be good.
Yes. Although Deadpool's the kind of character who, instead of putting his hands in the cement, he would put his ass.
And you know where he would put his star? Right next to John Wayne. Right next to it. You know he freaking would do that. God. Oh. I mean, shoot, I just watched a gameplay, a cutscene where Blade, he's killing vampires, and there's Deadpool, 6-shooting, 2 6-shooters. And what does Blade do? Oh, there's a vampire coming for Deadpool. And Blade just sticks his sword through Deadpool. I was like, that seems very Blade.
And my favorite level in Shattered Dimensions, to this day, is the one with Deadpool.
Yes. That one is so good. Oh, candy bar, gonna get a candy bar.
Did you just lock me in a room? What am I, grounded?
Honestly, that level is so much fun for me. My brother and I, we would play that game and we would just have fun with it. I would take the original Spider-Man with Neil Patrick Harris. He would take Spider-Man Noir. I would get Spider-Man 2099 because that one was a beater. And he would do Ultimate. And so when he got the Deadpool level, I was so mad. I was like, we're taking turns on this one. He said, after I played through it once, fine. We liked that level so much we'd play it over and over and over again. Because it was fun. It was hysterical. Oh my God. Honestly, you know what would be fun? A John Wayne video game, but I feel like that would be probably not the best. Yeah. But you know what would be a nice call out? If they put John Wayne, like an audio recording of John Wayne in the game.
Yeah. Like
an old Western game. Well, we've got Red Dead 2, Red Dead Redemption 2, and Red Dead Redemption. Shoot. I wonder if they could put just a recording. Like someone saying a John Wayne line in the game. I'm sure they've done it.
Yeah.
just then it'd be like John Wayne's got his finger in video games. Like he's done TVs, he's done movies. I think if they'd put a line in for video games, we'd go nuts. I'd go nuts. Yeah, girl. Bubby needed attention.
Yeah.
But I've run out of stuff to say.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about next time?
Well, let's see. I think what we need to talk about next time is something. Oh, golly gee. What is shit, I'm drawing a blank.
Next Tuesday is my birthday.
Yeah, next Tuesday is your birthday, so I'd say next Tuesday we should try and do a stream.
Yeah.
Because we did one for mine. It would only be fair if we did one for yours. Oh, you got Peacock too?
Yeah.
Nice. That's nice. So yes, we should absolutely do a stream. I will have to come. It'll have to be like right after I am done with work because
Okay.
I've got band rehearsal at like 7:00.
Okay.
So it won't be for very long, but we should definitely hang out and do a stream.
Okay.
So what should we talk about this next question? Let's see. The Mario movie is out. There's Dungeons and Dragons. Well, we already talked about Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
I don't know. Why don't we talk about your favorite movies?
Okay.
Just so, we get an idea of what your favorite movies are. Because I know I've pontificated enough about some of the movies that I like.
Although, for me, it kind of like varies.
Hey, that's okay.
Yeah.
As long as we can talk about them. All right. But until then, folks, we will see you next Tuesday.
Yes.
Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and our one guy that watched. Thank you for watching the whole stinking thing, the whole Magilla.
Yes.
We appreciate it, even though you didn't say anything, but that's okay. Anyone that can watch our stuff, that's cool.
Yes. And share this video.
Yes, very much so. Share it.
And join the Discord, please.
Yeah, we would like to hear some discussions from people.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
See you later.